if I look back, I think that what I would change is I would try to be more of a hustler than I was. Like I see how much I hustle now, as in trying to be selling all the time or coming up with new marketing stuff, or marketing stunts and whatever, moving faster. Back in the day, we moved faster, but we moved faster in terms of in things that weren't as relevant. Maybe this product feature that wasn't really going to make that much of a difference.
You did want a bit back about mistakes that you made as I should pull it up here. Mistakes you made as a startup, and that was I think that was the exact terminology. But for me, that was something that made some sense because I'm learning as I go. I went from corporate job to doing my own thing full time, and I do make mistakes. And my question for you, Caya, is what have you taken away from? What is your greatest takeaway from any of the mistakes you've made?
I think that in general, if I look back, I think that what I would change is I would try to be more of a hustler than I was. Like I see how much I hustle now, as in trying to be selling all the time or coming up with new marketing stuff, or marketing stunts and whatever, moving faster. Back in the day, we moved faster, but we moved faster in terms of in things that weren't as relevant. Maybe this product feature that wasn't really going to make that much of a difference. So that big focus in growing the company, which translates to revenue in our case, but it could be users if you're a social media platform, something like that. I think that's I can never get in. Like there should always be more of that. That's the point.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it's interesting that you mentioned like the hustle, the word that you use specifically. I think like coming from your background as an animator, this persona that you have, like sales, marketing, and all those. I think to a certain point, early on, is this persona the one that you disliked? Like, because I know that production people are like, hey, I'm not going to sell. Like, it's going to sell itself. Like, the video is quality, right? So it should speak for itself. Like, I shouldn't hustle. Like, how did you feel that way?
Yeah, I think that I sort of landed on this job, if you know what I mean. Like, I used to be definitely much more of an introvert, and even choosing digital animation was supposed to be more of a background desk job than a selling marketing kind of job. Man, like I didn't set out to become this persona like we were talking about before. It's more like somebody had to take this job, right? Somebody had to take this job to sell fast, to sell slightly more. And I sort of grabbed it because it was what needed to be done. So I had to kind of learn and kind of build myself into the role.
Right. And is that something that you face as well in your part, Jason? Like talking to clients who are kind of concerned about being the central point of the brand or being the brand itself. Like, what do you tell them?
I think it's important, and it sounds sometimes kind of curt when I say this, but at the end of the day, their customers want their problem solved. How their problem is solved and who solves their problem is completely irrelevant. You have a hard time walking, they want somebody to make sure their feet are okay. Whether or not they're the voice or the face is irrelevant. I see in some practices here, I'm going to use the automotive industry here in the United States. You get a lot of these auto dealers that have to have their face on their commercials. So, hey, come buy from me, I'm going to save you thousands. And at the end of the day, and it sounds really, really, what's the word I'm looking for here, mean, is that customers don't care. Customers want their problem solved, and it really doesn't matter whether or not you're the voice, the face of the brand. And that resonates a little bit, and it comes across sometimes a little disrespectful, and that's not my intent. But when some businesses are focusing so much on building themselves up, they're doing their clients a disservice, because maybe I'm new to town. I don't care what you look like. I want a car that's going to get from point A to point B in safety and maybe end in luxury. And that's what it boils down to.